This isn't a fight about a law. This is a fight about our freedom.
Governor Maura Healey signing an emergency preamble. People's lives will suffer.
This is a historic achievement.
What she did is unconstitutional.
My name is Toby Leary. The Second Amendment is being attacked in Massachusetts, but we're fighting back to make sure that doesn't happen.
We need to stand up and protect our rights. They will take every single right, from First Amendment to Fourth Amendment to Fifth Amendment. Massachusetts is the most violent state in New England. Chapter 135 doesn't deal with the criminal element. This law does nothing to take guns out of the hands of bad guys.
Bystanders running and ducking for cover.
We let violent criminals back out on the street. This has never been about safety. This has always been about control. They are coming for your guns, and that should never happen.
Please welcome Chairman of the Civil Rights Coalition, Toby Leary.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Good morning. What a great crowd, great day to be here. I'm excited. I'm excited to be at the Republican Convention. And I want to thank, first of all, the Republican Party for inviting me to speak. I am honored and thankful not only that they asked me to speak, but more importantly, that they endorsed our ballot committee, the Civil Rights Coalition. Thank you. Our ballot committee was formed after Massachusetts passed Chapter 135 of the Acts of 2024, an omnibus bill that is 116 pages long of regulation and laws designed to make it harder for you to exercise your constitutional right to bear arms. This bill does nothing to take violent criminals off the streets or enhance sentences for repeat offenders. It does nothing to put bad people in jail and keep them there. But it levels the gun of government violence against lawful, peaceful people if they fail to comply with the checkerboard of confusing laws. Many of you here today participated in gathering signatures, which we were very successful at doing. On the grassroots level, we were able to gather 100,000 signatures in 5 weeks. Yes. And that was all done without a single paid signature gatherer. Unbelievable accomplishment. This was an amazing accomplishment. In fact, once Maura Healey realized we were going to have enough signatures to be on the ballot and get the law suspended until Election Day, she jumped into action. She signed an emergency preamble 71 days after signing it into law. This is unprecedented political action by a governor to silence the voice of the people of her state. The emergency preamble is solely for emergent conditions when the peace, the health, the safety, and the convenience of the public is at stake. Well, she did it for the convenience of oath-breaking politicians on Beacon Hill. I was and I'm still greatly encouraged by how many ordinary people drove to our shop or other shops around the Commonwealth or other places with pens in hand, ready to sign to repeal this horrible bill. I was heartened when I saw young people register to vote just so they could sign the petition and then vote again for their rights on Election Day. Awesome, awesome thing to witness. I recognized when I was 18 years old that there was something broken when it came to the Second Amendment in our state. I had to take a government-mandated class, pay a fee, subject myself to background checks, be fingerprinted, photographed, interviewed by the chief of police, all for the exercise of a constitutional right. And then my name and my property would be maintained by the Criminal Justice Information Services, the same agency that maintains the database on convicted felons. I didn't then, and I still don't think that was our founders' vision of how a right should work. That's right. 251 years ago, the shot heard around the world was fired when the royal governor, Thomas Gage, sent his troops to disarm the colonists on Lexington and Concord. And you know what they say about those who forget their history? They were right. We are seeing the same sentiment when Lord Dartmouth told Thomas Gage at the direction of King George III, but instead of a king, it's at the direction of a wannabe queen. We need to learn our lesson from the founders who pledged all to give us the greatest country this world has ever seen and become ungovernable again. Because if we don't, we will have nothing to show for the sacrifice that the founders made and the fragile nature of our government when we allow politicians who have no authority to usurp our rights. So now is the time. In firearms training world, we say no one is coming to save you. And this applies to our fundamental rights as well. If not us, then who? And if not now, then when? Thank you. It's time to show those who are willing to violate their sacred oath that we are the power and the true fountain of power. We, the people, are the true fountain of power. Thank you very much for your support. Let's win this November 3rd. We're on the ballot. Vote no, Chapter 135. And go to the civilrightscoalition.com. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.